informal sector is a force to reckon with in all aspects of the economy. It has become an important stakeholder in all developing countries. The informal sector has been participating in the waste management space for some time now. Most recovery and recycling initiatives are attributed to them. How did they emerge? There is a raging argument about their role being complementary or a threat. Our next guests are all from the informal sector, specifically tricycle operators. Join us when we return from the break as we speak to them. Welcome back to Trash Talk. Today we are going to talk to players in the informal sector in the waste management space, specifically tricycle operators. And it's my honor to have a great team of 6 operators in the studio with me. I will introduce them with Mr. Tetteh Kemey. Yes, we have Mr. Kwame Frimpong. Yes, madam. And then we have Mr. Bright Apia. And we have one interesting personality called Philip Abaitey, also known as Kwabla, right? Yes. And we have Felix Andofo. And the only lady, strong woman amongst them is Madam Lydia Bamfo. You're all welcome to Trash Talk.
Thank you.
I am happy to have you here. And as we are going to have the discussion in the informal sector, we're also going to have the discussion in a very informal way. Intimidatory be frabro for nene. Modjon Hussein. What makes up the informal sector? Yes, informal sector. Madam Lydia, who makes up and what makes up the informal sector? Why is there so much excitement about you?
If we are saying informal sector, who are the informal sector? Because even pure water seller is an informal sector. Now here, this panel is informal waste workers. Because if you are saying informal sector, tomato seller, yam seller, everybody is informal sector. So informal waste workers sector are those who started as a kayabola, as the beginning.
And what is kayabola?
They are those carry baskets going rounds, house to house, store to store to collect their waste that they are generating. So that's how informal waste workers started from.
Okay, how long ago did this start?
It was a digit. Okay. It was a digit.
Na mama can swear. You can't. You see na muswa ebiswa bola ebi konkrofo fie mu koswa so ane ade and na ye hu say impontu obi abem. Nanso ehun na ye sha ase free. Mr. Titi.
Me say idasi say na manya konya makasa kakra. That's it. Because bola no tese na Madam Lydia Bamfo kan no sa omo share bola na se no. Omo din kaya bola. Omo kita kenten na omo diko. Ebe se ebe ko be minim kaka adwuma no besisa no e na tricycle no ebe rem. E na ma adwuma sisa ye kakra be mu.
And sisa ye na abem say for the best or for the worst. Winu abema.
Yo.
Kwame.
Edi kano medam ase na machi am mpanimfo bi a enam o muso nti amma ba be pia ha eye espa madam ama
yo
ana me coordinator eye Mr. Inkum.
Hey, me na be man na Kwame we be hu an se be hu so obo busu apanyi ndi.
Me dase. Yo. No kura nyame anim ni adwuma ne de abeboa ye papa.
In fear do ahe na wa ye adwuma yi.
Me started in 2008.
Okay.
Until almost 15 years. Ana ma ye adwuma no.
Me
gusu a me sa ye. Me internase mo obi nkoma me ana me ko. Na makoye.
Nti won so sha ase no sha ase se won so na kuta basket ana se pan.
Me ko sha ase wo Zoom Lion. Nti me de bicycle no. And
sha
ase.
Now, Bright, remember Bright as well. Bright, on swear, o shall say, if you do one saying ye.
Boss nete men sabi ngon so.
Boss ya chiao.
And I'm no so na ma me de bem. Ma me bem ne and share dan che pa ba.
Tim few best saying ye.
Oh, almost 2 years ni.
Why are there? Remember a friend is saying Philip swear. Now, Philip, Uremu in fear do was saying ye. How long have you been in the system?
A year and a half.
I know that your case is a special one. Philip is a graduate from University of Cape Coast, and he's now very active in the waste collection business. Can you tell us what you did at University of Cape Coast?
Psychology and Foundation of Education.
So you are a graduate?
I am.
Oh, wow. Wow. And you've been in the waste collection space for
a year and a half.
For a year and a half.
Yes.
So far, I mean, first of all, what brought you to that space?
Okay, so after national service, I moved into selling of local rice. Around 2018 thereabout. And then I later realized that people were moving into it, so it was not lucrative again. So I was looking for another way to make money. I did not want to sit down and be waiting for the government. So that is how come I came into the trash.
Okay, the trash business.
Yes.
You're on trash talk. So you see, you're speaking our language. Now, Felix, how did you end up in the space?
I've been in this for almost 4 years now. And I was teaching as a people teacher. I then went to graphic designing school. So I work as a graphic designer for almost a year. But I later realized I have to do something which is more productive to me, myself. So I met my brother, Philip. And he said we should team up and bring up something nice. So we bought 3 bikes and started a company with it. That's a waste collecting company. Okay. So that is what we are running.
What's the name of your waste collection company?
Doorstep.
Doorstep.
Yeah.
Doorstep. Wonderful. You are also unique. Hi, Madam Lydia. Obadin dimpa. Yasantwa. Now, how did you get into this as a woman?
Wow. Lydia started doing waste as a waste picker. And as at now, I'm a waste picker.
Okay.
As well.
What does the work of a waste picker consist of?
Yeah, waste pickers, they are the one picking sachet water, PET, PP, ADP, LG, so on and so forth, metal, e-waste. And because waste, we have a lot of resources inside the waste. Yeah, so Lydia started from there. Wow. Yeah.
And how many years has it been?
I've been in this work for 8 digits.
Wow.
Because I can't say 1 year, 2 years. No. Lydia been as a picker for 8 years. Okay. Later, I learned how to operate the dozer machine on Lamford.
Wow.
Then I become a recycler. So through that, one of the Ghanese MC advised me that, oh, Lydia, you can do something to help the women on the Lamford and at the same time yourself so that you people can move forward. If there's no Lamford, what are you people going to do? So you have to do something. So is there I come up with a association called Biakoye Waste Pickers and Tricycle Riders.
Okay.
So is there I started looking for those who are learning how to ride a tricycle.
You're going to have to teach me. You have to teach me from here.
Wow.
Yes. I want to understand the typical day in a tricycle rider's life. Mr. Frimpong, Kwame, time ben I'm sorry. Na time ben makoda between sorry and nano.
Wow. Yes, sorry 4:30.
4:30. Okay.
He said a drew working days no one solent time obeko na dodo na akonnwuma.
Okay.
Nti yesole 4:30.
Nti competition nti no, we sorry intem.
Yes.
Okay.
Say ya obeto customers ni ofie.
Okay.
Ba wa check no at least 8:39 there. Na we say we call dump first load.
Now Titi, what the tricycle? I just said never said tricycle no. What dear? One water now we adwuma mo obi and I'm pimping no. Obi na ato. I just said taxi and I'm a
Yeah, it's a work
like
and pay.
taxi. So is it a work and pay arrangement or is your own tricycle?
It's not mine.
Okay.
Obi na tow bike na mami.
Okay. Now arrangements na asano. What are some of the arrangements they go with you on? What are the terms?
So otoma usana e work and pay and so ni shisha different. And otoma usa ye juma mano and so ni shisha different.
Nti sana ya omuka na say yemfa ne say te say odie no mato amam. Mato fuel egum. Nti otwabo ma o say bia na otwi bia no obema no sikasen.
Nimra da hodada.
Emra no ye den.
Emra no ye obi to bike na ma wa per day no ono ohia ne sika.
Per day.
Per day. Because obeto fuel, obeto board. Nyama nyina de ohia bia obe start adwuma be ama. Oyema wi a edo be kwadwuma bi oba ne say 50 Ghana.
Every day.
Yes, but and then as I can do ho. But yes start here, I say black can say o 8 years ni. Me be to omo nyina wa adwuma ne mu. Yes, that time na say ni 20 Ghana cedi. I do baby na nyama esisa and I say but for now they say near 50 Ghana. I will be Toma will say ejuma mana sa no be mano. And no week here 300 Ghana cedi.
Okay.
And I work campaign no there and we hihye a oni nipa ni be hihye. Work campaign okron bebre but ofro bia say bia na hihye a oni ni ka na aye.
But in pimping, what's the standard? Normally they will give you a standard. And say bia menjis can on a weekly basis. But bosome for say to my account him.
That's it. Yeah, ejuma ni de no kware menjis ka bosumi.
Okay. Well, you're just saying.
You're in a week. But now, Kwame no kasa na me more bike na me in a week bi. Me every day.
I didn't hear.
Because it's Sayabem.
And society.
Jumana, it's Sayabem can say Juma ni krom.
Okay.
Te Juma ni holo bet first year tumuta me say me be Juma no be obi say question be say say tambe na ediko Juma. No kware me sorry 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
About 3:30. Na ma start Juma no. Baby am Juma be am ba area ha no ma. Me baby am start baby am wi. Maybe before me wi by 5:36 na me kai ma. Me ko hwie less than 30 minutes. Na ma san baby o. But ene no ko a o kan po nyama.
But in TFN sir Felix, in a day, how many times now bet me akọ pick it? And how many households can you collect from and how many times can you go and dump and then return to households?
Okay, according to my experience, in a day no meet me akọ household about 50 households.
About 50 households.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Now we charge efie bia musika sen.
Oh, we charge according to weight.
According to weight. Yeah. So you have a weighing scale?
No.
We don't have weighing scale.
So what method do you use?
Can I come in?
Yes, come in.
So it's an average.
It's an average, okay.
It's an average because previous the contractors used to charge for a 240-liter bin, 30 CD a month,
okay.
25 CD a month by then.
Okay.
So when it's full, it means that the contractor not been there for some time, maybe 2 or 3 weeks. Okay. So you too, you calculate it that, okay, this thing is overflow. It means that it has been there for a month. So that one you can decide to charge 30 CD as the contractor is taking per monthly. Okay. Or you decide how much you're supposed to charge.
So yes.
I want to understand. So, are we talking about per Dasby?
The lifting. So I'm coming there. So now we've used the bins as a measure.
Yeah.
What about those households where there are no bins? How do you calculate?
It's your question, so you continue. Yeah, let him continue because I just interrupt.
That's what I'm trying to explain. I will charge according to weight.
Well, according to whose standard? That's what I'm saying. So you are a macho man. Me, I'm not. So if you come to my house and you want to collect or you've collected, me too, I'm not using a bin. Let's say I'm using sack.
Sack.
How are we going to negotiate, you and I?
So I will try raising the sack. Yeah, that's how.
According to your macho standards.
Yes, that's his experience.
His experience.
Yeah, so he's supposed to flow.
I know how I will charge, and they will not complain.
And normally they don't complain.
No, if it is overcharge, they will know.
Okay, but there is room to negotiate. If I think it's too much, I can negotiate with you.
They always do.
Oh, okay.
So I have something to add.
Yes, please.
So at our area.
Yeah.
So I have something to add.
Yes, please.
So at our area.
Yeah. Which is?
Teshin wine sprinters.
All right.
So our dumping site is Teshin.
Transfer station.
Transfer station.
Yes.
So when we go there, they charge us per tonnage.
Okay.
So if you also go to pick the waste, you also look at the waste you are picking.
Yes.
And then you look at the weight before you charge the person. If not, when you come, you run at a loss.
Okay.
So that is why Felix was saying that he charges depending on your weight.
Oh, I mean, so when you go to the transfer station, they'll wait.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Before they charge you. And you would, at the end of the day, do the calculation of fuel, of time spent, and what else do you use in pricing?
The amount you are going to pay over there.
And the disposal fee.
Yes.
And then that's what you charge. After which you take the 50, or how much? You said the 50
50
cedis.
cedis.
So
and
you-
your janitor.
That is
And
when
the
you
what?
are,
Janitor fee.
when you are working.
What is janitor fee?
Mate.
Mate.
Maybe you have mate.
Okay.
To help you.
So you see, the calculation now is becoming a little complex. So everybody has a mate.
Yes.
Okay.
Some of us.
Some,
of us.
most of you have a mate.
Yeah, most of them.
That's because the job is a lot.
Yeah.
It's too heavy.
There are some weight you cannot.
You can't take it alone.
Especially 240 bin.
240 bin
Yeah.
is heavy.
Yeah, when they some of the householders they use woman
pump
to
it.
pump like how they pump food.
So it's compressed.
Yes. They compact the baller before we carry. So it's
And
not.
but you've seen the trick already.
Oh, you know, we know.
You know. I want to move into the space of, it's been said that you are becoming a problem. First of all, let's talk about those of you who collect from households. You have your what do you call it? The back of it full, and as you move, you're just dropping the filth. You're just dropping the trash on the way.
Oh. Mami mle mu kakra.
Na den adentina ya mo yesa.
Yo. Enye rider bia person obe load waste no be hwe agu ba bi basa. It dependi the way obesi move tricycle no. Ebi won mo a ebi obegya crotch no mo fast. Ekoye sa pani mu ni be raise. Ana ebi ba bia wo fo no. Ho ya be pokakra. Chire no one load ni ya ma forward na ko back e bucket wo bi pe wo se e pagya na hwe agu.
Nti enye omo no sa na make am.
Aha.
Omo na ma otum se
Odi akogu ba bi basa no.
Onam da bi omo beba on kakra na
Na mfama na ehu.
mfama.
Yo, ane ho no no so ne.
Na no ya mo sheda na.
Ye sheda. De tini se ye won kofo bi wo ho a on ni association mu.
Okay.
San kofo ne ye se ye firi ye krom ba ye ni moto ni twi dada. Enti ebedura ye ho so obi a kita bi sisa ball anti ne me nso min kofa bi nsisa. Enti ono no wo hia no kra na onim se we ye pani ene onim se we ye akwala. Enti no so wo sisa no na ode ko. Em se be 2 weeks ni me ni me hosu bebre akohiehyia ye try se sa na ma ni nyina to be ye den e betwa.
To no be dey twa madam.
To be ti me twa kire se ye de obia ye ma obia mosquito net. Ana afi nso
Why na ma obi a mosquito net?
net ni mpo de wo be hwie bola ni bi wo ho na wo mu dada. Enti ye ndo.
Nti na mo de akata super.
Yes.
Na mo hu ne say
The whole issue is, let me come in here. So, the whole issue is, why is it that some people are loading waste and dumping it unauthorized places?
exactly, and that's
That's
where
the question.
we're going to come there. But you
Yeah.
see, the first one is the filth you create or the mess you create on the street.
Yeah.
And sana
Yakoho.
yako.
Baby,
Omo no so amoso na anajo ye nyina yada no. No
And
mako
they-
hwie gu baabi.
Yeah.
Obi hwie ani mu kro mo tumi hwie gu no madwane ko. Na adenti na mo yesa tricycle for me de tumi na manim titi kasa mama.
Yo, madam, me that say. Question na obi san wa. When say
Na so mo jitum se mo yesa de.
oh, me jitum
Yo.
because mpenfo bu bebe say abeba ko say ya na say nkwan nyina anti me jitum ba nchechemu wom because I don't na me bra kan say ekuo won say we mu nyina na yenim na yenim ya me say mbabo na me nim we mu nyina but ebedu baabi no na contractors ni chichi yen because omo chiwa o say obefa me bola secondly so mo san si ball ni piti krom ti ma ye adwi say ye form association
the associations are here more
association no e baako association ne e baako ba ye gusua na so wa ni tutuye kakra ba na ban say akoye mienu for now but beginning the association ne e baako anyina na
Ghana man mu nyina na ye wo tricycle association mienu enti se me wo wa na me tricycle operator
eni ho mamemla ho kakra
pacho brem
a Greater Accra
and the association
other regions ni bia ni ho no mo aye mienu
okay
if is a masha that twesi or 1 month ni aye easy Dr. Sian Japan mako the whole regions no ene omo ho nyina akokasa ekuo bia ni ho aye mienu apart from Greater Accra enti aye 1
enti twen you other regions now mo kan nyina no omo nyina dwon kuo bi
no
please let me come in here
okay
first lande ya
okay mpacho twen answer twen na on
yes I can see na enye de
there be I can see so de na de oye de be de pa
enti ye fa am ye nwie de enti America say ye 1 ne say ye one brother ba ko ye Espa
Espa ne ye de body ni na
yo Espa ye say waste for no liquid waste che say efafin ho niema yo ne de e was so dwane Espa fi so omo ne ye kasamafo Abena de ti yanka
okay
enti Mr. Japan de project fufuro bi ba aye tricycle ho sensem ya but me nko ho anu ti amama tua na mo akọ the whole region ya bobo dom na no but sa problem we me nkwati bi wo ba bia to say Greater Accra
okay omo de efi gugugu
abonten no if it's a Greater Accra na enti ase ni ha obi afa ne ho say odi ne ho so pepepe ba wo kwa Ashanti region ti say ahemfo no wo mo so adi mu ntintiman pa say wo mo mma saa ne ma ne nyede ensi enti wo kokuma sise ya ye wo ti say Dagomba for enti ye Dagomba group ani afa Dagomba ni atwa no
leader of
enti
no, on the tribal basis, we have unions that have been formed. Wonderful. Na me free sala na menye Dagomba nia. Na chese meden.
Wo tribe for Florence.
The tribe will be our one there.
Yes. I will be our one in penning for that. For now, we are me no kase. Obia kitane dia or ye jumane pepe.
But thank you for that. But I want to come to you, and Kwabna. Kwabna, I want to understand. Is it the case that, is it right to assume that you people are eating from where you have not sown? Because you are collecting waste from zones which have been allocated to the formal sector people already. And we must be straight in telling you, because and then come on a bed the pa. And to say you, I had to say mo bokro no. Is it mo fanchame sebio? I had to say mo bokro no because phobia dia enya odia sebio nipa no akotua for the consignment for the whole area. And I'm de mo sorry a na makọ sisa. Do you agree with my assertion? Okay.
Inter American say when you are providing service for somebody and you delay in providing that service, na nipa no so ehia no say bia ye be fa the baller. Na means me twem no frame ya. I'm in for the cash, so I'll go for it.
Okay.
So we are not eating from where we are not supposed to.
Okay.
The woman is provide this service not very well. The person might not call me. And now the account so say there are some places those big trucks or those who are in the formal sector cannot go. Okay. So we complement their work.
So it's not a situation of trying to undermine them.
No.
But it's an issue of complementing.
Yes.
Now, as we try to discuss the issues, me pamucho dem hanyina mutua taxes ana.
Media metua.
Okay, wa untua no de. Camera wa hanti enka ho asemansa. Enti mutua se wa utua tax no sa no tua wo he. Yo.
Me say no me wo waste management e friend Orlando Waste.
Orlando Waste.
Anti me tua bi wo Wajabawe.
Okay. Utua ma
ho. E wa Sambre.
Out your assembly.
Yes.
All right.
And sana me was Senate accounts. And so me workers or my yedjuma so.
Wonderful.
At the mao. He said, I was semi tria, na dachim be or quahumijemo idea, namo ball so I met me a yabedruno, or no suenya son for so sebi.
Maybe round to ask about your various personal lives a little bit and the achievements you've had. It's getting interesting here. Tell me, do you have any regrets since you entered the sector, the informal sector waste collection space?
Me da se. Me ba mu no de me ka say me wura ho ana me boa. Do adwuma no challenges wom. But say we determine say obeya and found no challenges say wom. We determine say obeya na no na obeya ndi obeya. Ti me ka say my regret ana me boa. Me regret.
Felix, challenges ni bi needing.
The general public, they have this perception about these tricycle riders or operators. Benedwin say bia say manu homa obi oni bibia ye wa braboma na say obi oni menka na say obi oni bibia ye enti obi wa okodu fie kra attitude a obe show towards you na home tika kra.
Poor attitude of customers.
So
what are some of the attitude they put up?
Oye bia wa bo price na say obi charge you na person otiswa politely or say oni nipa no kasa but ono hu ni say oye o favor bi na ono kasa anyhow ope.
Madam Lydia, what are some of the problems in this space?
The problems are a lot, but I want to start it somewhere.
Yes, please.
If time will permit me, because I have to clear something here.
Yes.
Yes, it's true. We started as a one coat.
Okay.
When we bring ourselves together. And then, after we bring ourselves together, we decided to join ESPA.
Okay.
Goes to the question you asked that, is it good that we will work as somebody's consortium? No. So through that issue, we joined ESPA. So that we know that ESPA is environmental protection agency, talking for the formal sector. So when we join as a members, they also will seek on our behalf.
As in they will be your spokespeople, seek your welfare.
Between the informal sector and the formal sector.
Yes.
Because they are the one paying a lot of money to the municipality assemblies to get the franchise.
Okay.
So through that, they also will permit us to
work within the franchise.
Yes,
of other
and
people.
even inclusive.
Okay, okay.
So we join them, we take distinct forms, fill forms, and then we become a member of ESPA.
Okay.
Then we started paying dues to ESPA.
Okay.
So that if we need something, we can go to the secretariat and explain it that this is our challenges. So we want you people to intervene.
Yes.
So along the line, a lot happens. So later we see that, okay, what we are expecting, we are not getting it that way.
What were you expecting that you were not getting?
At that time, we were expecting that, okay, the contractors will understand us, work with us.
The contractors,
that's the formal sector.
The Zoom Lion, the Asadus, and all of those,
Honest Waste, Jakora, Manier.
That after they have secured their franchise spaces, they would understand that you would come and play in their franchise.
With conditions.
With conditions, okay.
That's the perception that we joined ESPA.
All right.
So when they asked us to pay dues, which we did. So along the line, the ESPA president, that's Dr. Japan, comes out and say, okay, you people join us. It's good. It's amazing. So we have to see a way around to support you people so that your work will be accurate, which we agree. Okay. So 2016, we got a tricycle, then naming ESPA tricycle for us. And
so it was part of a benefit package?
Yes. Okay. When we joined ESPA, that was the first benefit we got from ESPA.
Okay.
So when we got that tricycle, at that time, the price that we are buying is different from the one that they brought.
Okay. You know, Lydia, I want you to tell us about the space generally. This is like there's an ESPA problem, which would invite ESPA because it's part of the informal sector discussion.
Yeah.
So obviously there is an ESPA problem. Yeah. What other challenges do you have? Because I've spent a day with a tricycle rider, and I couldn't keep up. What are some of the challenges that
the challenges is a lot?
Yes, but you have to start from somewhere.
The place for offloading, the time that they spend.
So there's no place for offloading.
It's not enough.
Okay. What are you expecting? If things were all right, what would you expect?
Good. Because of the areas that they operate. And we were expecting that the offloading place or dumping place will be shorter.
Okay, but now you have how many dumping places?
The transfer stations within Accra, Central Station, Arikab, and then Achimota.
Yes.
That's 4.
Okay.
From here to Kotoku, it's Eastern region.
Yes.
So we can't even add that one to it. Just recently, they promised that they are constructing another one. That's 3.
Okay.
Added.
So there's a problem with where you go and dump.
Yeah.
And it's too distant. What other challenges do you have, Kwabna?
Okay, so within my space where we operate, our challenges are not that many.
Okay.
The one we have is the transfer station doesn't have those big trailers that will carry it from our end to Kutuku.
Okay.
So you can send your trash or rubbish over there and spend close to, when you send it, let's say you sent it today, you might be there and then the next day, maybe in the evening before you'll be able to dispose it.
And in the meantime, you are packed and you can't move to go and collect from anywhere else.
No.
So
if you don't have spare,
if you don't have
a spare machine as a backup, to go back and load, it means that your customers should be pending, waiting for you.
Okay, so that is where people who go for the trash might sometime leave the transfer station and go and dump it somewhere because
so
they want to go back. Yes, because they want to go back and serve their customers.
Okay, so that is causing part of the illegality aspect of your problem. What are some of the problems? I know there are a lot of health issues as well.
Yeah.
Yes, there are a lot of health issues as well. Titi, tell us a bit. What are some of the other challenges you have?
Madam, the challenges need there, and madam, a dozen, but the highest is here near dumping site.
Dumping site.
Dumping site now, you want to. I shall be better free. The Akuma Kolo do Madina. Obesia Bachimota, Obebano, Obedemo. 2 days and some of we fear.
A bit more train you, a bit more that on more tricycles.
Some sleep there 3 days.
You see,
because of your uniform, you can't go back home.
Which uniform?
Because of the dresses
you
study, yes. You can't go back
Okay.
home because you are smelling,
Okay.
so on and so forth.
So because you smell, you can't leave the transfer
And at the
station
same time-
and pick any transport home.
No.
And at the same time, your tricycle is not being empty.
Empty.
Okay.
And the safety aspect.
The safety aspect.
Because if you leave it there, they will steal.
Okay.
And that tricycle also belongs
You
to
mean they will
someone.
steal your tricycle?
Yes.
Of course.
Okay.
And that tricycle also belongs to someone.
Yes. So how do you leave it there? Wow.
You have to
Nah,
sleep
but
there.
Mammy Bem Kakra.
Pacho Brem Kakra.
Arikop say first begin almost start here. No, Mama motor no crowd that boys in that. But for now, who are this sample so be finding motor coffee with ball and in.
There be into train. I know there may sure say friend is say I recall for more explanation. Now money now so the omo beba ha waste management no common there say be this fit near gusudi. But is it even healthy? May ba the part na sabio moti we so sa the whole day. Mu kuokuo mu no mon ka yare ho asem.
Mame me ho kakra.
Okay, Pacho you.
Yenti ameba ho kakra ne se me baby ekuo na ehye masene nyina no. Eye Dr. Sia Japan Adaroma. Waye health insurance di amaye nyina. Enti ne week bia na yehia na ye meeting a ne a kire se every month bi akọ na kokọ check it. Insurance ni wunso a wose me make sure say obey renew. Fi say there the ebu phone so. O renew crampa 12 cedi. Ni aye the amount. Enti ye ho ne de ye mfesi saa se bi obi be ka so ayare ada ho be 2 weeks ana se bibi etisa. Is ɛno deɛ yɛmfa saa
Yemra say can okay mpacho koso.
On safety no, me pese me bem kakra. Ebia
Try answer na bembem no. Me person ke yebeka ne say nkomo ayedi ni nyina mo no yebebo no tofa. And we are all going to summarize in a few minutes our thoughts. What do you want people to know about the work you do? I mean, today we are sitting here with a graduate who is very much involved in this. We have people who, I know that your child is at the university level. Two of them even have gone through university because of the tricycle work. I mean, and there are several times this amazing Lydia, madam here, Antwi is here involved in this and also championing the cause of other women in the space. But I want you all to, in a few minutes, we'll start with Lydia. What do you want as the takeaway from this program that you've come on? What are your parting thoughts?
My thought is we want the policy makers, as they recognize us now, because through the recognition we have an office at the AMA Waste Management Department.
Okay.
So that means that now government has heard our voice. So if they are making any policy concerning informal waste workers, at least they have to add some of us, and I mean the genuine people, so that we also can share ideas that if they do it this way, it will help the informal sector, because the informal sector are the sector now employing the graduates.
Yes.
When I hear my brother's name and his this thing, I was just asking myself
Philip,
something that, hey, wow, if Philip is a graduate and he find himself here, then there are more people out there who also want
can come in,
join us.
Yes.
And because Tema we have, Tema chairman is a graduate.
Okay.
But he has been doing this work for almost 7 to 8 years now, taking care of everything.
So your parting words is that
my words is the policy makers should look down to the informal sector to implement us with everything that they will do, so that we also will help the economy system.
Thank you very much. My brother Felix.
my concern is about the environment.
Okay.
And my problem is with the transfer stations. We need more transfer stations, especially in Accra here, so that dumping at unauthorized places will be cut off. That's my problem now.
Thank you very much. Titi, what are your closing words?
Words in the woman is a human air no. You share uniform Senate Timoto no so kwa. Obi hono ho a obu pa kwaso no so yejuma. Obi so hono so yejuma but on fast abu no ma. Sometimes ka find the ball akano be ma o skakra na oyese na wajama to nsem.
On fan nsanka on.
Yes.
Enya COVID asem but on fan nsanka.
COVID is na nsan na ba. Sa treatment omo dey afem dada dansa na ebe hia COVID. Nti ma me sometimes ka bo uye mi sa me catch o say madam on dey wa ya mi. Me metumi di mi sa say kwa didi sesia me nya kolela. But one room sa un fa ball but one room sa didi sesia be nya kolela. Obi say me say why? Na me say dey be say wo dey be protect who need. Me protect me there but me bedwuma mu a so say na me san ya medwuma mu there. Nti papa no wo so no bo me ho ban pa. Because my be fa ball na me gidi say wo fie ha no oni umma mu nyina mbe yare. Nti yeso be say the mo dey room aye na oman no ya twa bobo ya na epiesi a omo fa bu obi man. Because ye am ba ho me fa ball na me gidi so on to me ntina.
Right.
Madam wase. Emeda was me akwenya wo dia ma me. Na na me papa mu akan. Because challenges no there. Ebi kura wafa we dey tricycle na yakọ na bola wo mu no. Na me fan say bia bebia wonam na say road kakra na traffic esi no. Taxi for na ifo no meto no. Mu di bola di enum sei. Na mo fa nko na mu di ade kankan de. Sa anti say wan hwe ne ya wo be kasa bia enye na wo de tia no. Ba wo so wafa na say adwuma wo ye nti no. O kakra enye de emfa ho. Enti yesre
nti ebona
na ja Omo fama na enye se bia de na ye nya adwuma ye just say ka se nyina ye gya ya what one afia me no se bolless obi fie kra na wan kofa no be 1 week na 2 weeks ya okwa na asemaba nti obuo no omo fama
Kwame unso den na obeka
espa for ada roma saa wo how do ye a ye place ye fam a ye komu ye me ho be 2 months etu obetwa ade na make us etu obetwa transfer stations ya ye sun beblebe ye sisi bi ebi wo malam ebi kura sisi ame no kase kura galleria haya ye kaso aton boot ye si ba kon so ho ahyaman enti motofo ne de metimi aka ne se de obedwan ne association ne de obenya ba bi de ne ball agu na o yesa wonwan ne de ne menyi ni se wo ho beto ane age se wujai ana eto so de ebesre ne se aban so mo aye ni enya tricycle ne beble mfa ma ye nkofo na obi antimi nya adwumanye.
I reserve the last spot for you, the star of the day, Philip Abaitey, Kwabna Abaitey. Yes, the only graduate in the room. Yes. Philip, tell us something. You are an inspiration to many. Tell us.
So my concluding remarks is about people sitting in the house, people who are like me sitting in the house. You can be able to do something for yourself without depending on the government. When you go out, even when you go out with your jogging boot and you are jogging and you are collecting pure water sachets, rubbers on the floor, by the end of the month, you might get about 100 cedis or so. That is just on the average. If you want to come, or if you want to make something for yourself, at least find something doing. Find a tricycle. At least 3,000 cedis will help you to get a tricycle. You start this, and you'll be able to feed your family. When you are able to make about 1,007, 1,008 in a month, I don't think you'll be thinking about being employed by the government. That is it.
Thank you very much. A very inspirational time we've spent. Today on the program, we've realized that so much talk about unemployment, for instance. We have a graduate here who has told us his story. He operates a tricycle, he collects waste, and he makes money enough. He's married, he has a family, and he makes money enough to take care of his family. We have people who have taken their children through university level, depending on collecting waste in the informal sector. So many success stories. But I think we can't exhaust it all. So we are coming to you again with a part 2, where we will discuss in detail all the other issues we could not discuss. But until then, I want you to stick and stay with Trash Talk, which is aired 8 p.m. every Thursday. Join us next time.